This might not seem as a big surprise to some, but 2018 has been the best possible year for me on YouTube and on the internet on the whole that I've ever had. And I've been doing this a long time, and I've had some pretty major moments that I would consider career makers prior to 2018. But 2018 was it. It was maybe one of the best years I'll have in a while. Now that's pretty cynical. That's kind of assuming that things won't just continue to do well. But it's been pretty crazy, and in fact, I have spent 6 months being over 100,000 subscribers thus far this year. I hit 100K in May of this year, and it's now 6 months later. How have things changed? How are they going? Well, I already thought this year was started off on a great spot. Like January through March or April were my best possible months in total views and total sub gain that I had had since August of 2015, when I made my big Windows 10 tutorial course at the launch of Windows 10, and my channel like tripled in size while I was gone at a convention. That was amazing, and that's what really locked it in for me that I should be set on making tech videos. But then, things didn't continue growing that way, because that was a specific moment that I may have been able to capitalize based on planning in that specific instance, but I did not continue on with for the rest of the past few years. 2017 was a pretty good year on the whole. It was the first year that saw quite a significant increase in traffic for my channel from suggested videos, where YouTube is recommending my videos to other people in the sidebar next to existing videos, on homepages, things like that. Previously, my channel had pretty much only survived on search engine optimization and some subscriber views. 2017 saw my videos getting more and more suggested, and me strategizing more to, optimize more for people to click on my video, not because they're looking for something, but because YouTube says, hey, you might like this. And that went pretty well. And then 2018 saw that just kind of explode. Literally, just looking at the graph of my daily subs gained, pretty much every month in 2018 is far higher up on the chart than any month I've ever had on the channel, since its history is saved here in Social Blade, for example. My daily subs have gone from, looking through 2017 on average, like 50 to 90, up to 100 plus being average. And some days I'm getting 300 or more. It's pretty crazy. And in fact, the weird part is one of the points in time where I considered my sub growth to have been, a significant increase over the year was in 2016, when I was at roughly 30K subscribers. And that was a big deal for me. My channel grew so quickly at the time to be, 30-something thousand subscribers. And just in the past 6 months from hitting 100,000 subscribers, I've already gained 38 more thousand subscribers. I've basically gained like an entire chunk of my entire career history in a far more condensed time period. And that's probably going to continue to scale as long as I can adapt to the needs of content and continue on this train. And that is a really weird thing to deal with as a person. And that's something that I guess in some degree I was always spiteful of, or kind of jealous of with other channels. We're seeing like that every month they were gaining basically like my entire channel's worth of subs at times. And that is still the case for the multi-million subscriber channels, or the 500K channels. They're basically taking in everyone that is currently subscribed to my channel in like a monthly basis. It's a weird concept to wrap your head around, and the same thing has now happened to me, a point where I remember being in that instance and seeing someone else do this. I was like, that is my entire, like everyone who cares about my content at all, they're just gaining that like regularly, and now I'm doing that. Now I'm not gaining it per month yet, I'm not getting 30,000 subscribers per month. That would be insane. Maybe I'll hit that point, but I'm not there yet. But I did get it in half a year. Multiple years worth of channel work I gained in half a year. The scale keeps going, and with that come a lot of views. I've had some very successful videos. My OBS tutorial course from 2017 has done really well. I've had individual tutorials and videos blow up. I got lucky talking about the Windows 10 Update 1809 news that turned into a whole saga and has done really well. I had some videos about gaming on Linux and then video editing on Linux that I've continued to spin into a story, into a saga, into a developing... I'm learning to tell stories, which is something I thought I'd never really reach with my content. I've had big things like this, and then I've reached entire new audiences with my video covering PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, the mobile version. They released an official emulator for PC, which is a bit more oriented towards slightly more budget computers, although there's still specific requirements for it. But that video has almost 1 million views just this year. It was released in like June or July, right after our move into the new apartment. There was nothing on the walls yet. I just wanted to have some fun and show off this video and test my new separate editing and gaming setups. And that video is gaining a lot of traction in India because India is seeing millions of people suddenly pop up on the internet and have internet access and go to YouTube. You may have heard of the whole T-Series debacle. And so I'm gaining a whole lot of new viewers from a region that was previously quite literally unavailable to me. It's all really weird, and it's a lot to kind of weigh on your mind to really think about in terms of like individual numbers. That's the part that really gets me, is the individual numbers, trying to get your head around it. Because, you know, once you start looking at this many views and this many subscribers and things like that, you no longer count them as people, because it's like impossible to. But where it really hits you is with the comments. And I see this basically affect everyone who has a video that does really well outside of the norm, is the more people that I attract, the more negativity that comes with it. The more people who you see on everyone else's videos but don't see on your own just yet, jumping in to criticize or point out flaws in the video, or to just insult you or try to insult you but use completely incomprehensible like grammar and punctuation. And those are the individuals you see, positive or negative. You typically are probably going to weigh the negative more than the positive. That's something I need to work on. That is something I'm truly working on for 2019. But that is where you see the difference, where you start to maybe lose track of the familiar faces, or see new familiar faces join up, or just see a whole bunch of people you've never seen before, just out of nowhere. People threatening to unsubscribe even though they've never commented on a video before this, because they either just subscribed or have never been subscribed in the first place. But they want to dangle that carrot on a stick in front of you, their subscription, as if it's worth everything in the world and you'll do anything to get it back. But you don't. I personally, which I should not engage these people, but and again, I am working on it, but personally, I do everything I can to push those people away. If you're going to say, oh, I'm going to unsubscribe if, or I have unsubscribed, I'm going to make damn sure you have. Even if you haven't and you're still considering it based on my response, I don't want people in my community harassing my other viewers or just adding to the pool of negativity who are going to do that. So I'm going to give you every reason to unsubscribe, because I don't want you here if that's your attitude. Again, I'm working on engaging with trolls less, potentially talking to someone next year to work out why I do that, because there's a lot of reasons involved there, and that's a lot to unpack that isn't fit for this video. But it's been a very fun and very interesting journey. I have such strange fluctuation in views. It looks like consistently on, actually no, it's not consistent at all. Some days of the week I will get under 10,000 views total. Now this is including the supposedly regular view subtraction YouTube does to combat what they call fake views or what miscalculations. But every other week it looks like I will have a random day of the week that gets under 10,000 views in a video. But then plenty of other days get around 30,000 views per day. Some days of the week get 45 to 60,000 views in that day, and then I'll have a random day like Wednesday, November 7th, which I apparently got 134,434 views in one day. That is a lot of views. Actually, it would have only been a couple years ago where that was all of the views I was getting. It's pretty crazy. In fact, in the last 30 days, I have gotten 1,011,690 views. You may be thinking, okay, I went full-time on YouTube with half of that. I was getting, and keep in mind, there have been, as I mentioned, major shifts in where my views come from. I was relying purely on non-subscribed, search engine optimized views, search pointing people to my channel, not really subscribing for various reasons. I was getting 500K views. And that is when I went full-time with my contract job for my MCN, and then eventually leaving that. And I have now worked that up to double that point. And with that, we've been able to change apartments, and I've actually been able to eat more than ramen every day. You get the idea. It's pretty significant. I went from getting maybe 2,000 new subscribers a month on like really good months. I'm approaching 6K per month as a regular, and in theory, as long as I keep doing my job, that will keep going. This isn't a bragging video. This isn't The whole point of this isn't for me to just be like, hey, I got them big numbers, because this is nothing compared to like truly successful channels. In fact, you look at my buddy John from Front Page Tech. I was like at 120K. He was at 70K. He figured out a strategy that was working for him and really locked in on it. And now I would assume at this point, he's passed me in subscriber count. He basically doubled his channel in about 6 months. And the entire time, those view counts I'm listing you per day, he's also getting per day, except that's on that day's video. My views are scattered across hundreds, thousands of videos on my channel. His are scattered less so, just across the one video that he posts per day. Insane. He's raking it in and doing an amazing job. So this isn't a bragging video. I'm not some genius having figured out the magic, nothing like that, but this is just a long way that I've come with the work that I'm doing. And I've been able to, with this, kind of let go a little bit, because I have taken myself and what I do here on YouTube far too seriously for pretty much the entire time. Even back when I was a kid in high school or in early college, coming home, locking myself in my bedroom, playing Halo Reach on my TV and trying to record the next best Halo Reach commentary and wondering why I'm not getting gaming views. I was doing the most casual content in the world, focusing on school, but I still took it super seriously. I wanted people to take me seriously. I wanted to somehow throw that to success. And that wasn't a time to take it seriously. And then every point in time, I took it all so seriously. And this year I've really been able to let go, which has meant that I engage with more comments than I probably should. I keep bringing that up, but that's something I am working on. But I get to let go and have more fun with it. I did what, you know, is basically shit posting a few times throughout this year with the meat thermometer and videos like that. Or it's just random little things just for fun that I knew my viewers would get, but wouldn't do well and would probably hurt the channel growth in a short amount of time. I get to pop up and do random one-off videos that weren't entirely related to my content, but at the same time they were, like the PUBG mobile video, which has brought me 1 million views from that one video about a free game and exposed me to all new audiences. I spent about 2 weeks doing that Linux gaming series where it was just a vlog series, something I said I would never want to do because I didn't like it, but I found a way to make it work for me. I found a way to sit there and vlog myself trying to learn how to set up games with the new Proton update in Steam on Linux, included the stupid little scene with me getting a haircut, and try my hand at a format that I've never done. I've trolled trolls in the comments. I've tried new video types. I've committed to series that I didn't think I'd be able to commit to, and I've maintained an upload schedule of at least 3 videos per week pretty much every week. And in some periods, whenever I finally got caught up after the move and had a big backlog where I was posting 7 days a week sometimes, and it was pretty insane. I've collaborated with other YouTubers, more so than I ever have, which is a big goal for me, and I plan on doing way more. I've worked with people on collab videos. I went and did a freaking live stream with Linus from Linus Tech Tips and Soldier Knows Best for the Intel Extreme Rig Challenge, which was pretty cool since I haven't done a whole lot of other sponsored stuff for Intel this year. I've lightened up on the sponsorships without hurting my bottom line, and while that wasn't entirely intentional, it's cool that I was able to do it, and I plan to continue, to improve that bottom line in other ways and hopefully bring on new sponsors next year. That's one of my other goals for 2019. I went and impromptu drove 2 hours to visit Level 1 Techs in Wendell for him to help fix my wife's computer. That was amazing. I got to tour it. I got to spend some time with him. We didn't record anything, but we had fun. I got to screw around with tech. I got to see the offices. Really freaking cool. And we got to plan out that, hey, we're gonna build up some content that we want to record together. So when I go down there, we can just kind of batch some of it out, because driving back and forth for a 2-hour one-way drive, 1 hour 30-ish, isn't ideal. I got to tackle new PC build projects for the first time in forever. I found a way to get return on investment of my time on random build projects that don't go anywhere, or failures that I've made, and spin it into lessons learned for other people. I get to dive into some more nostalgic tech that you guys haven't fully seen in videos yet, but I've been having a blast with and will be showing in the videos. I've been slowly but surely finding ways to revitalize my older channels. Not in a way that I expect them to grow really big or whatever, but kind of find different ways to segment content that don't belong on the main channel in the first place onto these channels. My vlog channels for meta vlogs and things like this, and hopefully we'll finally get caught up on some of our actual personal vlogs as well. My gaming channel for random gaming videos when I do have the time for it, because I thought I'd have more time and then we moved and I lost some of that time. my just Adam Taylor channel, which is where I've started documenting things that I always want to document, but never think I should just impromptu record, like Premiere Pro bugs, YouTube bugs, things like that. And I've launched 2 podcasts, my Vox Talks Tech podcast, and then the YouTube Hard Truths series, which is also on that side channel, which is doing really well and growing that channel. It has over 200 subscribers now and is doing well on the podcast feeds as well. I've been able to do so much just by locking down and letting go a little bit. I don't obsess over the metrics every day. In fact, I'm digging so deep into Social Blade and wanted to talk about this because I haven't looked at it in forever. And if you happen to notice, the average views per day per month and total views per month just has a giant negative in the middle of this year. That is from an experiment I ran where I privated almost 3,000 videos. The entire like gaming archive and a bunch of live stream archives on this on the main channel. They're privated. They're not gone. I don't believe in deleting videos or not having things preserved, but they are no longer present in a viewable state for anyone on the channel, just for me. And I will find a better way to catalog this or scrapbook them or what have you, but they're still preserved, but they're no longer public. I wanted to see what impact that would have on the YouTube algorithm, and you would think privating almost 3,000 videos would have some ripple effect on YouTube. It didn't. That was a slap in the face, but a very interesting lesson as well. It didn't help me. It didn't hurt me. They're just not there anymore, which was weird. I know that I can do better. I know that I should do better. I've had a lot more bouts of not productivity this year. I've had plenty of weeks, every week, plenty of times where I just wind up not doing a whole lot. I spend a whole lot of time watching videos during the day when I'm supposed to be working or playing games or just not feeling like doing anything because I didn't get the work-life balance schedule correct, and I've had some health issues which have really disrupted my workflow, but I've gotten to do a lot this year, and this has been my best year with the work that I have done so far, and I'm incredibly happy with it. It's not over. We still have another month or so, but the past few months have just flown by. I'm recording this, and literally 1 week from now will be Thanksgiving, which I wasn't expecting. That's a little weird, but I've gotten to do things. I've gotten to upgrade my camera again, which I don't usually get to do very often. I had the same main camera for 6 years, or 5 years, and then I upgraded cameras, and then I waited 2 years, and then I upgraded to a professional cinema camera, which I'm not using right now, but I do use for some of my shoots and get to learn a whole new field. I've re-engaged my love of CRT TVs and monitors. I've gotten to really dive into my retro gaming interests lately, and it's just been a blast, and I'm grateful to get to share it with you guys, the viewers, and I hope there's more to learn from this. I hope that there's more lessons that I can gain, and I really think 2019 will be even better than this year would have been. Sounds like an obvious thing, but I have had some years that have been better than others, and it's not just continuous. But I do think I am set up for 2019 to be the year that I guess I could say I make it. Like, I could say I made it now. I have my YouTube play button, I have 100,000 subscribers, I've collabed with Linus and Wendell, and I'm doing this full time. But 2019, I'm aiming for 500,000 subscribers. I'm further letting go. I'm not worrying about, like, not doing certain types of content because it's not what I want to do. I want to do content that's successful and what you guys want to watch, and I'll find a way to make it work for me. And so far that's been working out, and I want to keep doing that. And for end of 2019, I want to see how close to 500,000 subscribers I can get. Unfortunately, I will not be ending this year at 150K, which was kind of a silent goal for mine. I have no control over that, but I was kind of hoping. I will be ending it roughly at like 145K. So unless I magically get another 5,000 subscriber increase per month over the next month, which I have no reason to, I'm not going to hit it, but I will hit it mid-January, and that will be pretty cool. I'm making a push. I'm making a race. I'm seeing all the people up at the top of the TechTuber scene, seeing people I want to be friends with, conversations I want to be a part of, and content that I want the resources to make. I'm looking at that, and I'm charging at it. I'm no longer thinking that I'm going to have to just divert my own path and be stuck in a middle lane. I'm aiming for that. And I think I'll get there.